Deep within the forests and meadows of our world lies a kingdom of extraordinary secrets. Among these fascinating life forms exist the psychedelic mushrooms, often called magic mushrooms. These unique fungi have captivated human curiosity for centuries, offering glimpses into altered states of consciousness and profound spiritual experiences. Psychedelic mushrooms contain psychoactive compounds, primarily psilocybin, which alters perception, mood, and thought processes. Throughout history, these mushrooms have been used in spiritual ceremonies, healing rituals, and personal journeys of self-discovery. Despite their long history, psychedelic mushrooms remain shrouded in controversy and misconception. Psychedelic mushrooms are a diverse group encompassing hundreds of species found worldwide. They thrive in moist, humid environments, often emerging from decaying wood or nutrient-rich soil. Despite their outward differences, all psychedelic mushrooms contain psilocybin, responsible for their unique effects on human consciousness. Ancient cultures recognized their power, incorporating them into spiritual practices and rituals. The enduring fascination with these mushrooms stems from their ability to alter perception and facilitate mystical experiences. They offer a glimpse beyond ordinary consciousness, allowing individuals to explore the depths of their minds. The ability of psychedelic mushrooms to induce profound alterations in human consciousness lies in their unique chemical makeup. Psilocybin is metabolized into psilocin, which interacts with serotonin receptors in the brain. This interaction disrupts the normal flow of information, leading to altered states of consciousness. Common experiences include visual and auditory hallucinations, altered perception of time and space, and profound emotional insights. While psychedelic mushrooms can induce transformative experiences, they are not without risks. Understanding the potential downsides and approaching their use with caution is crucial.
The use of psychedelic mushrooms dates back millennia, with archaeological evidence suggesting their consumption for at least 6,000 years. In Mesoamerica, they were known as Teonanacatl, meaning flesh of the gods, and were deeply embedded in religious and spiritual traditions. Mushrooms were revered as sacred objects, believed to facilitate communication with the divine. The arrival of Spanish conquistadors in the 16th century marked a turning point as they sought to suppress indigenous practices. Despite persecution, the use of psychedelic mushrooms persisted in some indigenous communities, preserving their sacred significance. The knowledge and traditions surrounding these mushrooms were passed down through generations. The use of psychedelic mushrooms in ancient cultures was not limited to Mesoamerica. Shamans and healers in various parts of the world consumed these fungi to commune with spirits and perform healing rituals. The rituals surrounding their consumption varied widely across cultures, often involving elaborate ceremonies. The common thread was the belief in the transformative power of psychedelic mushrooms. These fungi were seen as sacred tools for exploring human consciousness and connecting with the spiritual realm. The respect and reverence with which these mushrooms were treated highlight their profound significance. The 20th century witnessed a renewed interest in psychedelic mushrooms, sparked by the counterculture movement and psychedelic research. In the 1950s, Gordon Wasson's experiences in a traditional mushroom ceremony introduced these fungi to a wider audience. The 1960s saw the rise of the counterculture movement, which embraced psychedelic experiences as a means of expanding consciousness. However, growing use led to concerns about potential risks, and governments began to crack down on their use. By the 1970s, psychedelic research had come to a standstill due to legal restrictions and stigma. Despite this, interest in the potential therapeutic benefits of psilocybin has resurged in recent years.
Psychedelic mushrooms exert their effects through the compound psilocybin, which interacts with serotonin receptors in the brain. Psilocybin is metabolized into psilocin, which binds to serotonin receptors, particularly the 5-HT2A receptor. This interaction disrupts normal serotonin signaling, leading to altered states of consciousness. The binding of psilocin to 5-HT2. A receptors triggers changes in neuronal activity and communication patterns. These changes manifest as shifts in perception, mood, and thought processes. Ongoing research is shedding light on the intricate interplay between psilocin and the brain's complex circuitry. The human brain consists of billions of neurons interconnected in intricate networks. Psychedelic mushrooms disrupt these networks, leading to profound alterations in consciousness. Neuroimaging studies reveal that psilocin decreases activity in the default mode network, DMN, associated with self-referential thinking. The suppression of the DMN contributes to the feeling of ego dissolution often reported during psychedelic experiences. Psilocybin increases connectivity between brain regions, enhancing creativity and novel thinking. It also modulates activity in brain regions involved in emotional processing, suggesting potential therapeutic applications.
The effects of psychedelic mushrooms often leave a lasting impact on individuals. Studies show that psilocybin can induce profound changes in personality, values, and outlook on life. Mystical experiences induced by psilocybin can lead to long-term increases in well-being and life satisfaction. Scientists are exploring the potential therapeutic applications of psilocybin for treating various mental health conditions. Clinical trials have shown promising results, with psilocybin demonstrating efficacy in reducing symptoms and improving quality of life. Further research is needed to fully understand the long-term effects and develop safe treatment protocols. For decades, mental health treatments for depression, anxiety, and addiction have had limitations. The resurgence of psychedelic research, especially psilocybin, offers new hope. Clinical trials show psilocybin's promise in treating resistant depression. Psilocybin also helps reduce anxiety in terminally ill patients. Additionally, it shows potential in treating addiction. Beyond the symptom, healing the mind and spirit. Psilocybin extends beyond symptom reduction, reaching into personal growth, spiritual exploration, and enhanced well-being. It influences how we perceive ourselves, our relationships, and the world around us. This broader impact on consciousness contributes to healing the mind and spirit. Psilocybin can induce mystical experiences, leading to lasting changes in values and outlook on life.
Expanding consciousness, creativity, insight, and personal growth. Psilocybin disrupts habitual thought patterns, enhancing creativity, problem-solving, and personal insight. This expanded state of awareness can lead to breakthroughs in creative endeavors and personal growth. Artists report that psychedelic experiences inspire creativity and unlock hidden depths of imagination. Psilocybin increases brain connectivity, forming new and unexpected associations. Psilocybin facilitates profound personal insights and realizations. These insights can lead to positive changes in behavior and increased self-awareness.
The shadow side of euphoria, navigating the risks of psychedelic mushrooms. While the potential benefits of psychedelic mushrooms are notable, it's crucial to acknowledge the inherent risks. Misuse can lead to unpleasant and sometimes harmful experiences. Understanding these risks is paramount. Factors like dosage, brain chemistry, and environment influence the trip. Responsible use necessitates a safe and supportive environment. Section 2. When curiosity turns treacherous, unveiling the potential for misuse and harm. The potent effects of psychedelic mushrooms can be misused, leading to harmful consequences. Abuse can result in negative physical, psychological, and social ramifications. Understanding misuse is essential for promoting responsible use and mitigating risks. Balancing individual liberty with societal well-being. The use of psychedelic mushrooms raises questions about individual liberty, public health, and government regulation. Individuals should have the autonomy to explore their consciousness. Society must protect its members and ensure well-being. The prohibition of psychedelic mushrooms has been controversial. Critics argue bans infringe on liberty and stifle research. Adults should choose what they consume if they don't harm others. Regulation advocates highlight potential risks and the need for control. They point to abuse, psychological harm, and risky behavior. A balanced approach respects autonomy while mitigating harms. Balancing liberty and well-being is a complex challenge. Open dialogue, scientific evidence, and ethical considerations are crucial.
A cultural renaissance or societal disruption. The reemergence of psychedelic mushrooms has ignited a debate about their societal impact. Advocates envision a cultural renaissance, fostering empathy and creative solutions. Skeptics fear misuse, psychological harm, and a decline in productivity. The debate is complex, with valid arguments on both sides. Open dialogue, informed by evidence and diverse perspectives, is crucial.
The legal status of psychedelic mushrooms remains a point of contention worldwide, with varying degrees of prohibition and regulation. In many countries, including the United States, psilocybin, the active compound in these mushrooms, is classified as a Schedule I drug, placing it in the same category as heroin and LSD.
This classification implies a high potential for abuse and no currently accepted medical use, a claim disputed by many researchers and advocates.
The criminalization of psychedelic mushrooms has been criticized for hindering scientific research, fueling a dangerous black market, and infringing upon individual liberty. Advocates for decriminalization argue that adults should have the right to choose what they consume, provided they do not harm others, and that responsible use of these substances can have significant personal and societal benefits.
However, opponents of decriminalization express concerns about potential public health risks, particularly in the absence of proper regulation and education.
They argue that widespread availability could lead to increased misuse, accidental poisonings, and psychological harm, particularly among young people and those with pre-existing mental health conditions.
The legal and ethical dilemmas surrounding psychedelic mushrooms highlight the need for a nuanced approach that balances individual liberty with public health considerations. Open dialogue between policymakers, researchers, medical professionals, and the public is crucial for developing evidence-based policies that prioritize harm reduction, promote responsible use, and ensure access to these substances for therapeutic purposes when appropriate.
As our understanding of psychedelic mushrooms evolves, so must our approach to their regulation and integration into society. Finding the right balance between individual autonomy and public safety requires careful consideration. Shaping a future where the benefits of these substances can be harnessed responsibly is a collective endeavor. Education plays a crucial role in promoting responsible use and reducing risks. Regulation is another critical aspect of integrating psychedelic mushrooms into society responsibly. A regulated framework could help control access, ensure product safety, and generate tax revenue. By embracing collaboration, we can navigate the complexities of these substances and shape a responsible future.
Our journey through the world of psychedelic mushrooms reveals a complex landscape full of promise and peril, ancient wisdom, and modern dilemmas. These organisms alter consciousness and unlock hidden depths of the human psyche, challenging our notions about reality and the human mind. We've explored their historical relevance, their role in spiritual practices, and their ability to connect individuals with the sacred. From ancient shamans to modern psychonauts, psychedelic mushrooms have marked human history. They continue to shape our understanding of humanity. Yet, the conversation is far from simple. We've delved into potential risks, emphasizing responsible use and harm reduction. Respecting legal boundaries is crucial. Psychedelic research opens new avenues for mental health treatments. Psilocybin offers hope for those seeking relief and personal growth. The ongoing debate surrounding psychedelic mushrooms often becomes mired in fear, misinformation, and polarized perspectives. It's easy to get caught up in the hype surrounding their potential benefits, or to succumb to the fear-mongering that often accompanies discussions of psychoactive substances. However, moving forward requires transcending these simplistic narratives and embracing a more nuanced and informed perspective. Dismissing psychedelic mushrooms as dangerous drugs with no redeeming value ignores their rich history, cultural significance, and the growing body of scientific evidence highlighting their therapeutic potential. Conversely, embracing them as a panacea for all of humanity's ills, without acknowledging the inherent risks and the need for responsible use, is equally misguided. Finding a middle ground, a space where we can acknowledge both the potential benefits and risks of psychedelic mushrooms, is crucial for shaping a future where these substances can be integrated into society responsibly. This requires open dialogue, rigorous scientific inquiry, and a willingness to challenge our own biases and preconceived notions. We must be willing to have difficult conversations about the ethical implications of psychedelic use, the role of regulation, and the importance of protecting vulnerable populations. We must also be open to learning from the mistakes of the past, acknowledging the harms caused by the war on drugs and the importance of harm reduction strategies in mitigating potential risks. As we stand at the cusp of a new era of psychedelic exploration, we have a unique opportunity to learn from both ancient traditions and modern science. By integrating these perspectives, we can honor the sacred while embracing the scientific, fostering a future where these substances are used responsibly for humanity's betterment.